Wednesday, yesterday,
just yesterday.
Yesterday, we had a little girl come up to me and said, Mr. Bunny, there's a stranger on the property. And she was 10 years old or so. And I said, where? And she said, at the fishing shack. So I go up, and it was Tommy Simpson and his grandchildren from Texas who were lifetime members, and they just came down to say hello. They were going to the beach to have dinner and all that. But what I'm trying to tell you, young people learn. They know 911. They know what's right and what's wrong. And we teach what's right and what's wrong. And I want to shake your hand and show you how our counselors leave at the end of the day.
Money.
Strength and honor.
Strength and honor.
Strength and honor.
Strength and honor.
That's our word. And actually it came from the movie The Gladiator. And that came out in whenever it was, 10 years ago, 95 or so. And one of my counselors got in a wreck coming to camp on Sunday. We come on Sunday, leave on Friday to overnight camp.
Right.
And he called me, and I went up to him, and the highway patrol was talking to him, and he asked him and said, it was a one-car accident, and he said, is this your father? And he said, no, sir, this is my honor. And that's where we started that from that tradition. His name was David Taylor, went to Newberry. He's graduated, gone on now. But we have kids coming to us every day. That's not true. Frequently, paying $2.50 or $1.16, or we're paying for lifetime membership when they're 14 years old.
Wow.
So we've got a good thing going. I didn't mean to brag.
No, that's tremendous money. Absolutely.
We're the best kept secret around, and you're helping us get out. But people don't understand. Right down the road, they'll say, "What? Oh, that's just Bunny and his kids and all." And
there's obviously a lot of adults involved and a lot of tremendous
41
volunteers.
counselors last week at the last camp. 41 counselors.
Wow. And this week as well, probably just as many on the overnight camps. How many would you have, and how many children are able to attend, let's say, the overnight adventure camp or the Trailblazer overnight?
20 girls is maximum.
Okay. Oh, that's a girls.
It's co-ed.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, limit 50. Right.
20 girls and 40 boys.
20 girls.
Excuse me, 30 boys.
20 girls.
It was 40 last year.
Right.
We're cutting it down.
Right.
Our day camp, we wanted 75. We had 104.
Wow.
We put on the computer because I didn't know how to put on the computer. The camp was full. Well, Stacy took care of that, so so she's teaching me.
I saw it. I saw it on there.
Yeah,
the camp is full.
Camp is full. Well, where I messed up, and I'm learning people going, well, I'll change it too. I'm going to critique it down. I had a deadline. Well, we had 100 and some kids before the deadline. Right. So after the deadline, I was legal, but some of the parents really argued with me and got angry. Said, well, you didn't say. I had 75 down there, but they said, but the deadline. So next year I'm going to take the deadline off and go with the number. I want more hands-on. If the child is taking an archery range and he only gets to shoot 3 times because too many kids, I want him to shoot 6 and 7 times.
Right.
So this camp that we're doing this week was only 40 kids allowed, period.
Wow.
And so the counselors were 8.
Sure.
All we need. And so at our overnight camps, we have probably 10 counselors.
Right.
We usually try to have a counselor for every kid.
It's all there at Fort Wretch.
Yeah.
All there at Fort Wretch. Everything's there in Mullins. And
That's
of course,
right.
and there's, I mean,
we own a lot of land. We own over 50,000 acres of land in South Carolina. We own land in North Carolina. And in fact, we just bought some property for $100,000 in North Carolina. And I don't mind telling you this: we're worth $8.5 million. We don't owe anybody anything. We started with $70, but we don't spend. I make $30,000 a year. That's why I meant about Stacy coming to the Peace Corps. We can't pay her what she's worth.
Right.
But because of her love and compassion, which gives me hope.
Right.
A 23-year-old. This is why I love her. She has given me hope that young people today are going to take the banner. Right. And go on with it, because my knees are hurting, and my back's hurting. I'm getting old.
Even a bunny. I can't believe it. I didn't know they got old.
I'll hang around for a while, but and I might complain that I'm sick more than I really am to give them the opportunity to lead more.
Speaking about hanging out for a while, you and your wife have been hanging. Just last week, celebrated an anniversary. Congratulations!
June 16th. Yep.
Right. Right. What was that, Bunny?
45 years.
Wow. How has she put up with you for that long?
There's a special place in heaven for her. I'll tell you the secret, though. When I started dating her,
Right.
I was teaching a Sunday school class,
Right.
and I was 21 years old,
Yeah.
Vietnam vet, and I had to walk 6 miles, and it really did snow in Kansas where I was at, to teach this Sunday school class. And she said, "Why do you do that?" And I said, "Because they need every chance they can get to be innocent.
Right. Right.
And anybody that takes away their innocence, I'm not their friend."
No.
Yeah, I didn't mean to get heavy on you.
No.
But that's it. So she knew where she was going,
Right.
and she said yes. I did.
Yes.
In fact, we got married by Lake Shawnee in Kansas.
Wow.
She was barefooted and white with flowers in her hair.
Yeah.
Let's go back to San Francisco, 60s, and yeah.
That's
We got married outside by a lake.
Now, of course, you grew up in Marion. You grew up
In
in
Mullins.
Mullins, I mean,
Mullins,
Marion
yeah,
County.
yeah,
That's right.
Marion County, right.
And so you were out there, and she was a Kansan, or
Well, actually, I met her father. He was a sergeant major. She was a military brat
right,
in Cambodia, and one thing or another. So
right.
everything's fine. She was a military brat, and she was born in Fort Smith, Arkansas, but she lived on a farm. And,
Yeah.
And also, she knew the outdoors, and she's a trooper. She helps me, and
Oh yeah.
she's this morning. In fact, she said, "If you need me at camp, let me know." And last week, we used her all week, and so
Oh, yeah.
this week we're not using her, but
Right.
it's just she's.
And you all have a baby girl who's no longer a baby.
Our little girl's 43, I think.
Wow,
44,
Bunny,
yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Tonight, Spirit Night. What's the significance of that? And there's Spirit Night at each of the 5 camps?
Yeah, and it's always on Thursday night. The parents get to come, and they get to see some of the things that the children do. And we call it Spirit Night because everything in our camp is based on Native American and preservation and conservation. We have no TVs, no radios, no cell phones, and we will ask the parents to cut them off. If they don't, they have to leave.
Right.
But it's a celebration of the kids.
That's tremendous. The camp starts July 6th. Again, the cutoff today, and so they're coming in on Sunday.
Right.
And they're there until Friday.
Right.
So if you break it down simply, $300, $60 a day, I mean, it's less than $3 or $4 an hour. If you
Right,
break it down
and
that way.
if you're in bad shape, call me. We'll try to get you a scholarship.
The 48 scholarships y'all gave out last year for the overnight camp.
That's
truly,
almost
there's-
$15,000.
That is tremendous. A real opportunity for folks to take advantage of it. All they got to do is call. Is there anything they need to say if they need
Say
it?
we need the money.
Right.
And then we'll
Okay.
ask you certain questions. They'll be personal questions. And if you're not willing to answer those, I'm going to ask you where you work, and how old your child, what race we need. I'm not real politically correct. We need little black girls.
Okay.
They are at the bottom of the food chain far as they get the raw end of the deal. They get the worst jobs and all, and our heart goes out. And we have a lot of scholarships that someone will come up to me, like the Herald.
Right.
You gave a scholarship.
We
I don't
did.
want to say all that on TV, but you gave a scholarship, and you'll say, "Bunny, use it as you choose."
As you choose,
But
of
there are people who give us and say, "This scholarship is for a little black girl to come to your camp." And so we try to go to the schools and find out who's a good little student but just lives in poverty or hard times. And everybody has hard times. And it's just, and I'm going to be very candid, very blunt, right up, straight up now, but they can call.
Parents need to pick up the phone, or guardians or otherwise need to pick up the phone, 800-753-2264. Just go online, the website.
Right.
Even if they don't have internet access, go to the library, go somewhere, because there's a great application there.
Right.
Or if they pick up the phone for the other camps where the deadline is July 14th for the camp that is
plenty of
July
time.
20th, they
Yeah.
can go ahead and mail it.
Right.
Mail it to, you can mail it to them or vice versa. You know, we think about so many things, Bunny, that you could be doing in the summer. You know, if you hadn't founded Wildlife Action 31 years ago and weren't involved on a daily basis, what do you think you'd be doing?
Same thing.
You'd find some way to have
Absolutely.
kicked off the 5-point
That's
law
right.
to be
That's
giving
right.
back more than you take.
Because even when I didn't have this, I would take kids and ask parents, grown-up men, to take children fishing, because I ran a sporting goods store, and I would have fishing rodeos, and the cost of the fishing rodeo was that you had to bring a kid.
Wow.
And I supported it, And Bunny's Pioneers is a endowment that we've set up that the money can only be used to send kids to camp, and we have a couple $100,000 in that. We're constantly raising money to try to do that.
Great.
And they can use the interest off that money to send kids to camp.
I think viewers always want to know, Bunny, before we wrap, we got about a minute. Bunny, where did that come from? Galt W. Beeson Jr., I believe.
My real name's M. Galt Beeson Jr.
Okay, thank you.
And when I was a little boy, 3 months old, my father loved to rabbit hunt. He had some beagles, and he went out to my grandmother and took me. And of course, I was on the floor, and instead of crawling, I started hopping. And my grandmother said, "Galt, look at him. He's cute like a little bunny." And that's been it ever since.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. You know, so many great things there. Sorry to say we've run out of time, and there's.
Can I thank somebody?
Yeah.
I want to thank Stacy and Frank for making my life and my dream have come true, and all the people in Marion County and all over the world supports us for self-employed.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bunny. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Bunny Beeson coming up next. How often do you get a guy sitting with you who runs a nonprofit group who's not talking about make donations now, help us out. Instead, he's talking about helping you out, getting you involved, getting you out there. That old slogan, those 12 words, I love it. Think about it. Tell me, I forget. Show me, I remember. Involve me, I understand. He's asking for your involvement, simply picking up the phone. Pick up the phone. If you've got children or you've got a loved one, ages 9 through 14, and you want to get them out into the environment, get them into that mindset of putting back more than you take out, putting back more into the earth than you take out, or more into a child's life than that child is given away. Take the time to pick up the phone, 800-753-2264, 800-753-2264. Find a way to get internet access and go online to wildlifeaction.com. Bunny makes it real easy to do a rap. You could focus on the 5-point law. You could focus on that motto, but focus more on getting involved so you'll understand the significance of that and the significance of wildlife action. Bunny, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Strength and honor.
Strength and honor, yes.